Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/citizenho. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Hello there.
Hola.
And welcome to episode 117 of Citizen Ho.
Yay.
And I'm Scott, and the Garth to my Wayne, here's Kevin.
Yeah, I already said hola.
Yeah. Well, you're the Garth, you're the Robin to my Batman, the Pence to my Trump. Yeah, okay, never mind. And we're done.
Let's just go back to Batman. Holy shitty podcast, Batman. See? Done.
Actually, I think you'd be more like Alfred than you would be Robin.
No.
How many of my messes have you cleaned up?
Yeah, but I'm not your servant.
Keep telling yourself that one. What are you doing? It sounds like you're unwrapping a hard candy.
It's actually just a soft plastic bag with the set of headphones that my wife got with her not so new phone that she never opened.
No.
So, I opened it.
I recommend using those headphones. They're actually much better than the S7 ones.
They look like they're pretty good headphones.
Does she listen to music when she commutes?
No.
No.
I don't know what she does while she's on the train.
Speaking of trains, I fucking hate New Jersey Transit.
Well, that's because it sucks.
Let's see. Last Monday, it took me 3 hours to get to work. Then coming home, I don't think coming home was that bad. Then Friday, it took me 3 hours to get home from work. Then tonight, it took me 2 hours to get home from work.
Wah.
Damn right, wow. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you live in a state that doesn't fund its train system properly.
New York isn't doing much better. I hate to break it to you.
Well, I don't know. I never had that bad of a problem.
So since the movie came out a month ago, I think we could do our official Star Wars review since Kevin finally saw it.
Yeah, hell, it's even been a week since I saw it, so.
Yeah. So, what'd you think?
I enjoyed it. It's a Star Wars movie.
So was Episode 1.
Yes, and I didn't like Episode 1. I didn't enjoy it as much. Episode 1 had a couple of okay moments, but overall I just was bored through it. And Episode 2.
Somebody said something like, moments are what makes a Star Wars movie. There's Star Wars moments in every film. In Episode 1, the battle between Darth Maul, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan would be the Star Wars moment of that movie.
Okay.
Episode 2, you have the whole massive Jedi battle, plus the battle between Yoda and Dooku.
Maybe. Okay.
Episode 3, you have the opening scene was actually pretty cool. The whole opening. And then, obviously, the fights at the end where they flip back and forth between Yoda and the Emperor and Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yeah. No, okay, I'll buy that.
No. This one, I think the best Star Wars moment was the destruction of the fleet when she went to hyperspace.
Probably. Was that the moment that you were talking about when you said they had to, put up a notice about the sound going out?
Yeah, because it went completely silent because there's no sound in space.
No, it didn't go completely silent.
Yeah, it did. There was no sound for 3 seconds.
No, it was very faint, but there was some sound.
No, there wasn't.
There were a few sounds during that. You basically heard air rushing, but there was sound.
It was a visually beautiful moment, though.
Yes, it was visually cool.
Yeah, I mean, I felt that there were funny bits of the movie, and I think they overdid it a little bit.
To a degree, there was humor in there that just didn't seem to fit in the Star Wars universe.
Correct. And What do you think about the whole reveals or lack thereof?
I guess. What was the big... I thought I heard something when I was reading about the movie beforehand. People said that there was going to be like some big like surprise at the end, and was it just the fact that Rey's parents were just drunks?
Well, they're still not sure if that's true, but that's what he believed at the moment, and that's what she needed to hear at the moment. The main thing that I got out of it is, which I liked on the subsequent viewing better, is that you don't need to be a Skywalker to use the Force. Yeah. Why does she have to be related to somebody?
No, she doesn't. Which I think it's more that not so much using the Force, because obviously there were Jedi that weren't Skywalkers,
but to be part of this story.
But no, not even that. It's the fact that she is so strong with the Force.
True. And the other thing is they didn't really go into Snoke's backstory. And the one thing that bothered me is, why did they show Luke's X-wing at the bottom of the water and not use it? That was a pointless scene.
No, I think the idea was that he intentionally stranded himself there.
Yeah, I know, but...
Even though, granted, he probably could have used the Force to just raise the X-wing out of the water and potentially used it again. Although this isn't an X-wing that was just submerged for 20 minutes or an hour.
Yeah,
this was submerged for 20 years.
I would have loved to have seen.
Years.
I would have loved to have seen the scene where he really pulls the full Obi-Wan and he lets himself get struck down.
Yeah, you know what though? That's just imitating Episode 4 all over again.
Yeah, and the battle right in front of Snoke wasn't an imitation of the Return of the Jedi battle.
To some degree,
yeah.
But the battle most of that battle was after Snoke was dead.
Yeah. Which was a cool battle, by the way.
Well, yes. Actually, I find it interesting just how polarizing this movie seems to have been.
Yeah.
Because just amongst the fan base, there are people who despise it, and there are people that love it and think. I
think there's a petition of like 100,000 people who want it removed from the canon.
Yes, in fact, the guy that I used to work with, who was a big Star Wars fan, the one who was in
the 501st Legion.
The 501st Legion, yeah, he signed. I'm pretty sure he signed that petition. I know he shared it on Facebook. Yeah. He seems to hate this movie.
I don't hate it. I don't love it by any means. I think Episode 7 was a stronger movie.
No, I don't know. Episode 7 was more of a love letter to 4, 5, and 6, basically.
Well, the other thing I'm going to say about this is, this basically was them just... This whole movie takes place over the course of 18 hours, roughly, right?
A little bit more than that. And I think part of it is that Rey probably spends at least a day or two chasing Luke around the island.
Yeah, but don't forget that a day there could take a little bit. You don't know what the rotation of that planet is, so a day doesn't have to be 24 hours.
Whatever. The point is that I think the bulk of the movie, yes, I think some of it does fall outside of that 18-hour range.
Potentially. And the whole thing with like I didn't love the going to the casino planet that much. I would have liked it if they did what they originally wanted to do.
Which was?
They wanted the Codebreaker to be Lando.
Oh.
Maz sent them there, that would have been perfect.
I don't buy it. I don't buy Lando being a Codebreaker, though. He's not a Codebreaker, he's a smuggler.
And I hated the last 3 minutes of the movie with the kid. That was a superfluous scene.
Well, I read something that may have been Rian Johnson trying to kind of set up that next trilogy that he was supposed to do.
True. Potentially.
Although, didn't they pull the plug on that?
No.
Oh, I thought I read that they did.
They fired the director for Episode 9 and replaced him with JJ.
Yeah, that I know.
No. What I was going to say is, I felt that was a Spielberg moment.
Yeah, I think it was probably Rian Johnson setting up his own trilogy, part of his whole thing is that Force users don't have to be Skywalkers.
The thing that I felt is Leia explained what happened. Like, now there's hope has been restored to the galaxy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Skywalker was obviously a big part of that. It just didn't happen the way people necessarily wanted it to, but it happened.
No, I don't have a problem with them killing Luke. I feel that they're going to have to bring him back in an Obi-Wan role next episode.
Yeah, well, that's right. He's not completely dead. He's just one with the Force now.
But the fact
he'll be Force ghosting.
I mean, if they had known in advance, Leia should have been the one to sacrifice herself to destroy the
Yes, but it's not like they would have known. It's not like they knew that she was going to die.
I think they need to start with the opening scene in the next movie should be a funeral for her.
Probably, which is what I expect is that it will be Leia's funeral.
And play that she died off of a broken heart of losing her brother or something like that. Or she was or just have it an off-screen assassination.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm sure they'll find some way to have her be killed off, but although also I must say Yoda's appearance in that movie was hysterical.
That was probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie. I didn't expect that. I didn't know that was going to happen.
No, I think I had read some spoiler thing where I had some idea that Yoda was coming in and doing something, but it wasn't very specific, so I lacked enough information that it was a good surprise.
You know what the entire best part of that was, though? It was a puppet.
Yes, I know. I heard. Just Skywalker, missed you, I have.
Mm-hmm. Master Yoda. Well, they couldn't really bring Alec Guinness back. I guess they could have had, what's his name do it.
Have you read the text? Page turners they are not.
I guess they could have had Ewan McGregor if they wanted to bring Obi-Wan in.
Yeah.
I get that they used Yoda for that reason, but Obi-Wan had much more of a connection with Luke than Yoda did, I feel.
Yes and no. Don't forget, Yoda's the one that confirmed for him that Vader was his father. And he went back to Yoda. He trained with Yoda.
He broke Yoda's heart. Yoda was his Fredo. You broke my heart, Yoda. That'd be a great movie combining Star Wars with The Godfather.
No, I still maintain the theory I came up with years ago.
The Sean Connery theory?
The Sean Connery theory. Replace every voice in Star Wars with Sean Connery.
Say the quote you always say.
What? No, there was a lot of quotes that it worked for.
The one that you always said when we brought it up. There's always one. Which?
Oh, I did the "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi."
The power to destroy a planet is insignificant.
Yeah, the power to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force. But then it even works with, I've forgotten how much I hate space travel. Don't you call me a mindless philosopher, you overweight glob of grease.
You're having way too much fun with this.
Why not?
So what else has been going on in your boring life?
Not much.
That good, huh?
Yeah, that's how it goes. I got a 2-year-old who's, sometimes impossible to get up in the morning.
He's 2.5 next week.
Yes, he is.
He's still not liking getting ready in the mornings?
No, he is not.
What did you do today? Well, today he didn't have school.
Today he slept late.
What time did he sleep till?
Like 8:15, 8:30, I think.
And you guys were like, woohoo! Blessing in disguise.
Yeah, kind of. Except then he wouldn't let his mother take him out of his crib. So then she said, okay, you can wait for Daddy. So he sat in the crib and waited. And then while Melissa was showering, I was hanging out, and I said, well, he's not complaining. He seems content in there, so I'll just leave him be. So I left him be, and then at like 9 o'clock I went in there to get him, except then somewhere in there he had a major poop explosion, and it was all up his back, and he had reached around and tried to wipe some of it away, and then was rubbing his eyes.
Ew, he's going to get like pink eye from that.
He could, although I still have leftover antibiotic drops, and we gave him some this morning. And
so that serves you right for leaving him in a crib.
He was fine. He wasn't complaining.
That's odd that he didn't start crying about that.
Yeah, I don't know. But
was he laughing when you came in?
No, he was kind of subdued. So I think he knew something was bad. And then I had to clean him up and then put him in the bath, which we had to forcibly give him a bath at 9 o'clock in the morning. That was delightful.
Oh. I thought he likes baths.
Usually he does, but not when he wasn't really expecting to go in there. I think he was so traumatized that after we took him out, I had him wrapped in the towel, laying on his changing table. He didn't even want to get out of the towel. He just wanted to lay there wrapped in a towel.
It was that bad of a poop?
It was pretty messy. It went. Let me put it this way. I don't know if this happened because I laid him down or if this had already happened, but when I took off his shirt, there was poop all the way up to his shoulder blades.
Ew. Did you take a shower afterwards?
No, I didn't need to. I just washed my hands.
With turpentine, I hope.
No. However, there was alcohol-based sanitizer involved.
Do you have any left?
Yes.
Oh, sounds like fun.
Yeah, delightful.
I'm enjoying my bachelorhood while my wife is away in Detroit right now.
Oh yeah, fun. When does she come back?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night you have to be married again.
Yeah, you don't know the beauty of having a wife that travels once in a while.
No, I don't. It's okay.
I took her to the airport about 9 o'clock yesterday. I came back, I fell asleep, went out to get lunch. Then I slept for like 4 hours yesterday afternoon.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, it was so nice. Then I couldn't sleep last night.
Yeah, that'll happen if you sleep 4 hours during the day.
Have you started playing HQ at all?
No, that I haven't done.
Part
of my problem is my brother for Hanukkah decided to get me City Skyscrapers, which is basically it's like another version of SimCity, but in some ways better.
Okay.
For me, it's an addicting game.
Well, that's probably not good with everything going on.
Yes, I know. Although I've oddly enough, recently I had started tinkering around with the latest version of SimCity again, but I made it a point to not do really during the meat of the day.
Understood. You have good willpower.
Yes, so I have to keep that willpower.
Here's the solution. Have Melissa take it to work with her.
You can't.
Oh, it's digital.
It's not on a disc. It's a digital download.
Yeah. But yesterday I did my best. I got to question 9 on HQ.
Okay. How many are there? Was it 12?
The problem that I found was the chat is awful, but I figured out how to turn it off. The amount of hate and vitriol and anti-Semitism people spew in there is awful.
I don't even know why, but then again...
you'll see people just write, kill the Jew, kill the Jew, kill the Jew.
Okay,
and it's not that guy. That's what started that conversation the other day.
I assumed as much.
So, and then you'll be like, make America great again, Trump sucks, kill... It's like, who the fuck cares? But then one of the hosts said, just swipe the chat away. I swiped it away, and it makes the game a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, there you go. That's got to be really distracting considering how fast it goes by. Because I have.
You can't even keep up. You can't even keep up with the chat. It goes by so fast. I was in a game yesterday. There was over 1 million people in it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
My coworker and I have a contest. The first one that gets all 12, the other one has to buy a beer.
Okay.
I only got to question 4 tonight.
Aww.
And I should have known the answer, and I didn't. But it was about Pablo Picasso, which is not a specialty of mine.
Poor.
Well, you know about Pablo Picasso?
Sure. I don't know. What was the question?
Well, now that you know the answer, it's this woman was a photographer, was also a muse of what artist?
What woman?
I don't remember her name. Photographer. Picasso. What's the name? Hold on, let me look it up. It's some Indian name. This photographer, Dora Maar, was a muse of what famous artist? It was Picasso, Thomas Kinkade, or Salvador Dali.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
I guessed Kinkade. I was wrong.
Okay.
Yesterday's question was that knocked me out was Lonnie Lin received an Oscar for what category? Best cinematographer, best adapted screenplay, or best song?
Okay.
Take a guess.
Wait, do that again?
Lonnie Lin received an Oscar for which category? Best cinematographer, best adapted screenplay, or best song?
I have no idea. I guess best song.
Oh, I guess best cinematographer. You would have been right. His stage name is Common.
Oh, okay.
I
don't know why Lonnie Lin just sounded like a musician to me.
Sounded like a camera guy to me for some reason.
Why?
I don't know why. Why did it sound like a singer to you?
I don't know. The alliteration in the name.
Yeah, but then he goes by Common.
Yeah, so? I still would have been right. Ha 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 ha.
Touché. And, so, how about that president of ours?
The fun never ends.
Look, I'm not a fan of his, as if anyone's listening to the podcast. I do think people, do jump on him no matter what he does, in a way. Like, the comment was awful. It shouldn't have been made, but I really don't feel it had a racist connotation. I think it really had more to do with these countries suck. Like, they're in horrible conditions.
Basically, that's I kind of think the same thing. Is
he shouldn't have said it regardless.
I think it was insensitive. I wouldn't call it racist.
But I do feel that people jumped on Obama for the same things.
Well, yeah, but
just no one called him racist. They just called him a Muslim.
Yes. He wasn't born in this country. I can prove it. Uh-huh. We're still waiting for that, by the way, Mr. Prez.
I was just saying, we elected that guy president.
Yeah.
I mean, most presidents did days of service on Martin Luther King Day. Trump played golf.
Yeah, what else is new? He plays golf almost every other day.
Seriously, I wish I had as much time as he did to golf.
Yeah. Yeah, don't we all?
Well, I also wish I lived a little warmer to golf, but
yeah, well,
it's fucking cold out today.
I'm sure it was. I didn't go outside today at all. No need to.
I had to take my train was canceled, so I had to take a different train. They charged me for the train. Then I took the subway to work, which slowed down. Oh. I hate commuting.
Yeah, that's that sort of comes with the whole work thing.
I do like my job, though, so that's a good thing.
Well, then it should all be worth it now, shouldn't it?
Yep. Well, so I've been watching a lot of Harry Potter lately.
Okay. I know it's been on a little bit.
I was going to say HBO's had it on like every 5 minutes lately. It makes me realize these actually were really well done movies.
Yeah. Well, I've got them on DVD. I think I've got all of them.
I got 5 of them on DVD and 3 on Blu-ray.
What do I have? I probably have a similar ratio.
Which one is your favorite?
I don't know. I don't know if I really have a favorite.
Slacker.
Yeah, that's what happens.
We saw The Greatest Showman recently, and that was a good movie. I liked it.
My wife's cousin worked on that movie.
Really? Was he PT?
Yeah.
Your wife's cousin is Hugh Jackman?
No, I didn't say he starred in it. I didn't say he acted in it. I just said he worked on it.
He's an editor, right?
Yeah, he does editing and other post-production, so I don't know exactly what he did. I just know he had to spend a lot of time out in California for it. Like, right after his wedding, he had to go out to California to work on that movie.
That sucks. Did his wife get to go out there with him, or she had to stay here?
Huh? I don't know if she had to stay here or not. I don't recall.
Has your mother-in-law tried getting you guys to come to Florida at all, or no?
Not really. She's asked a little bit, and we've told her we're probably not going. But we'll see. If I can work out something possibly at the near the end of February, I'll do it. But I don't know if I can.
Yeah, we got a good rate to go in March.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we could go in March, although then it's getting close to when they're going to pack up to head back here. So,
I was going to say, yeah, my parents are down there 24/7,
365 too.
Yep,
they're down there 24/7 at least right now, just not 365 days.
Yeah, my parents aren't snowbirds; they're permanents.
Yes.
Oh.
So be it.
And on that note, I think we should pay the bills.
Yeah, pay the bills. Go to www.audibletrial.com/citizenho, where you can sign up for a free 30-day trial account and get a free audiobook download. There are thousands upon thousands of titles to choose from, such as
Fire and Fury, Inside the Trump White House, by Michael Wolff. Narrated by Michael Wolff and Holter Graham.
I don't know.
This is the book
I kind of
Trump...
wonder. I kind of wonder where Trump's claim that Michael Wolff is mentally unstable is coming from.
How do you counteract someone calling you mentally unstable? You call them mentally unstable.
Right.
In his feeble mind, that's the only way to do it.
Maybe. I don't know.
I've read about 50 pages of this book. It is kind of interesting.
Okay.
My favorite thing is the Trump administration really does, if this is accurate, it really is the movie The Producers.
It really what?
Is The Producers.
Oh. Yeah. Where did we go right?
Yeah, basically. That's a good movie.
Movie/musical/movie of the musical.
The movie of the musical wasn't very good.
It was the musical.
I don't know. I don't feel it translated well back.
It wasn't a film. It was just watching the musical on film.
No, they recorded. There was an actual film. They didn't just record a showing of it.
No, I know, but basically all it was the musical. It wasn't really anything different. It wasn't a film.
I think the original movie is a little more cerebral than the actual musical. It's not as slapsticky.
Yes. Which was kind of a weird thing watching the movie after having seen the musical.
Because, in the movie, Hitler's not gay, he's a beatnik.
Oh, yeah. Well, because I think that when did they make that? 1968? I don't think it was as easy to joke about gay people then. Or
was it
those
easier?
people didn't get it. Oh, well, easier, but I think just people wouldn't have gotten it. But the beatnik...
Roger Debris was gay still then.
Yeah, but having
67.
Yeah, having Hitler as the beatnik, I think it was something that people got more. They understood it.
I'm just looking at the cast. Yeah, Mr. Belvedere was Roger Debris.
Okay.
What are you so tired from?
Chasing a child around all day.
Did you? Oh, if you didn't leave the house, what'd you guys do with them today?
Well, so one of my other Hanukkah gifts was a Roku, so now it's kind of bad. I put the the Disney Channel thing on it, and it basically turns on shows that he likes, which are mostly like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or Mickey and the Roadster Racers, and it just keeps playing episode after episode after episode. And he
doesn't move.
No, I mean he moves around a little bit, but not much. It was bad yesterday. Like I had to listen to Mickey Mouse Clubhouse like all frickin' day.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
Yes, how do you know that? Probably from being with him.
Babysitting a couple of kids over the years.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What was I gonna say? And you just leave. That's how you entertain them. You don't like do stuff with them. You just leave them in front of the TV.
Oh no, I did stuff with him. Like at some point I was like, all right, I don't know how, but I got him away from the TV without him making a complete without him making a huge fuss, and he and I played with my antique Lionel trains a little bit. He likes that. We went in his room. We spent time like playing with his wooden trains and with bristle blocks and stuff. So it's hard because like when the weather's nice, I can take him outside and we can go to the park and things. But when it's crappy out,
you can take
really
him ice
cold,
skating.
Yeah, I'm not taking him ice skating. Not yet. We'll get to that.
I don't know you got a Roku. You don't tell me these things anymore.
I just got it on Friday.
That's a late Hanukkah gift.
Yes, because I didn't know what I wanted for Hanukkah, and then last week I think my mom asked my wife, and then my wife asked me, and I was like, you know what? We could use a Roku. Let's get a Roku.
Have you started using Netflix more then?
Not yet, because basically my son monopolizes it, and then by the time he goes to bed, we're both usually tired anyway. Although I would like to use Netflix on it. I've tested it out, and I know it works. I did watch Letterman's interview with Obama on it.
Yeah, I may watch that this weekend. What I was going to say is, what you should do for the bedroom is just get a Chromecast.
Yeah, I could. I don't know if that TV has a USB port, though.
It's not USB, it's HDMI.
What? I thought it was a USB stick.
Chromecast is just it's a HDMI stick. It just plugs into the HDMI port.
Okay.
The only thing I use USB for it is that I'll plug it in there for power instead of using the power.
All right. Ugh.
We got 2 of them. But I don't even need it for Netflix anymore. Fios, you just go to channel 838 now and you get Netflix.
Yeah, well, that's because you're on Fios. One thing that's great is like HBO Go. I put that on it, and the choices that are available on there are far superior to what Optimum makes available for HBO on demand.
Oh yeah, you could get like the late shift on there.
Oh, I haven't even looked for that, but like, just as an example, my son likes watching Fraggle Rock.
And Fraggle Rock.
And he, like HBO on demand, they make like 3 or 4 episodes available, and they change it out every 2 or 3 weeks. So sometimes when I, have a kid when I'm sitting at home with a kid for a couple of hours after daycare before mom gets home for dinner, and all he wants to do is watch Fraggle Rock, you can blow through those 4 episodes pretty quick, and then you're just watching repeats.
Does he clever enough to know that he's seen them yet?
I think he knows. But HBO Go has the entire series available whenever I want.
I watched that episode not too long ago, and I'm like, oh wow, this is really bad.
It's okay for what it is. I mean, it was a 1980s production values.
Sprocket.
Ah, yes, Sprocket. Come here, Sprocket!
Apparently that part was, like, acted out differently in different countries.
Okay.
I remember watching, like, a behind-the-scenes of it when we were younger.
If you say so. I think they may have shot so... Well... the actor, I think he was Canadian.
Nobody.
And he only passed away a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was relative.
Like
if you look up Doc from Fraggle Rock, and you'll see like he lived a long time after Fraggle Rock. I don't think he was that old then. You just thought he was old.
The Silly Creatures of Outer Space.
Yeah, well, that was Uncle Traveling Matt's.
Matt.
And by the way, some of those skits are actually pretty funny.
What else the cast?
I don't know.
Starring Jerry Parkus. He died 3 years ago.
See?
When did Fraggle Rock come out?
1984?
83.
83, okay.
So in 83 he was 59.
But there were like 4 seasons, so it was like 83, 84, 85, 86, or maybe.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying he was like he was in his early 60s then.
Yeah, okay. See, he wasn't all that old. We just thought he was old because we were little kids.
And they probably made him look older than he was.
I don't know, maybe.
Gerard Parks. He was an Irish-born Canadian actor.
Okay.
Doc. I want people to call me Doc.
And he apparently really missed acting with a puppet dog named Sprocket. Because there was some quote he actually said I miss Sprocket.
What do you mean puppet dog? Sprocket wasn't a real dog?
No, Sprocket was a puppet.
Next you're going to tell me Kermit's a puppet. What?
You're dumb.
His spouse's name was Shelag Norbin.
Okay.
What kind of name is Shelag?
I don't know.
If you have a daughter, you should name her Shelag.
No, that's okay. So anyway, I think it's time for movies.
But we're going to the movie starring everybody.
No, just stop.
And
It's all right. First up for this week, we have 12 Strong, starring Michael Shannon, Chris Hemsworth, and Trevante Rhodes. 12 Strong is set in the harrowing days following 9/11 when a U.S. Special Forces team, led by their new captain, Mitch Nelson Hemsworth, is chosen to be the first U.S. troops sent into Afghanistan for an extremely dangerous mission. There, in the rugged mountains, they must convince Northern Alliance General Dotsam Negaband to join forces with them to fight their common adversary, the Taliban and their al-Qaeda allies. In addition to overcoming mutual distrust and a vast cultural divide, the Americans, accustomed to state-of-the-art warfare, must adopt the rudimentary tactics of the Afghani horse soldiers. But despite their uneasy bond, the new allies face overwhelming odds, outnumbered and outgunned by a ruthless enemy that does not take prisoners.
9/11 crud fresh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Den of Thieves. Gerard Butler, Don Oliveri, and Mo McRae. And Los Angeles crime saga in the vein of Heat, Den of Thieves follows the intersecting and often personally connected lives of an elite unit of the LA County Sheriff's Department and the state's most successful bank robbery crew as the outlaws plan a seemingly impossible heist on the Federal Reserve Bank of downtown LA. I don't think this is going to be good. I saw the trailer for it. It looks like shit.
Okay, I'm gonna go rotten just because I think they're trying to imitate Heat, and it's probably gonna fail. All right, so next we have Forever My Girl, starring Alex Rowe, Jessica Roth, and Judith Hogue. Tells the story of country music superstar Liam Page, Alex Rowe, who left his bride Josie, Jessica Roth, at the altar, choosing fame and fortune instead. However, Liam never got over Josie, his one true love, nor did he ever forget his southern roots in the small community where he was born and raised. When he unexpectedly returns to his hometown for the funeral of his high school best friend, Liam is suddenly faced with the consequences of all that he left behind.
Wasn't Judith Hogue the mother in some 80s sitcom?
I have no idea.
She looks familiar. Oh no, she played April O'Neil in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, really? Oh, God.
Yeah. Rotten.
Okay. Rotten just because... I agree rotten, but just because I think this is just a lame story.
Mary and the Witch's Flower. Kate Winslet, Ruby Barnhill, and Jim Broadbent. Mary is
Okay.
I almost read that as Mary is a pain. Sorry. Mary is a plain young girl stuck in a rural British village with her great aunt Charlotte, and seemingly no adventures or friends in sight. But a chance encounter with a pair of mysterious cats leads Mary into the nearby forest, where she finds an old broom stuck in the overgrowth of a nearby tree and the strange blue glow of the fly-by-night flower, a rare plant that blossoms only once every 7 years. Wow, that was a run-on sentence. As the broom comes to life and lifts Mary high into the skies, she discovers a mysterious school for witches above the clouds. But the charming head mistress, Madame Mumbles on Cock.
Mumblechook.
Yeah, Madame Mumbles on Cock and bubbling Dr. D are not all they appear in a twisting tale that reveals even the most extraordinary seeming children are capable of the most extraordinary adventures. So it's like Harry Potter?
Kind of.
Is this based on like a kid's book or something?
The hell if I know.
You're useless.
Where?
Oh, it's a Japanese animation. It's for Japanese cred. It's anime.
Oh. Yeah,
Fresh.
okay. Anime cred. Alright. Mom and Dad, starring Nicolas Cage, Selma Blair, and Ann Winters. A teenage girl and her little brother must survive a wild 24 hours during which a mass hysteria of unknown origins causes parents to turn violently on their own kids. I think I saw a trailer for this when I was right before Star Wars. This just looked really stupid.
And it stars Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, that too. All right, Ron.
Ridge Runners. Jenica Schwartzman, Austin Haley, Christopher Howell. When a 12-year-old girl goes missing, Detective Rachel Willow discovers an alarming pattern in her sleepy.
It sounds like you're talking to a 2-year-old. Did you
start-
discover an alarming pattern in your sleepy?
When you said that, you sounded like Beauregard.
Okay.
What starts as a simple missing person case dives deep into an underground world where people are commodities and your worst fears can happen anywhere. This is what happens when you fight back. It's like a serious movie, and then they kill them by making that typo.
Okay.
Yeah, Rodden.
Yeah. All right. Small Town Crime, starring John
It's a small
Hawkes,
town girl.
Anthony Anderson, and Octavia Spencer. Follows ex-cop Mike Kendall, John Hawkes, who discovers the body of a young woman and, in an act of self-redemption, becomes hell-bent on finding the killer. Adidas Giselle Heron. What?
This versus-
While his quirky detective style helps break open the
I
case,
think that's supposed to be a comma,
his
not a period. On finding the killer, comma, Adidas Gazelle Heron.
I guess. While his quirky detective style helps break open the case, his dogged determination unwittingly puts his sister, Octavia Spencer, and best friend, Anthony Anderson, in danger.
Yeah, Rod.
I don't know.
I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't
this
think
just
Octavia
seems
Spencer
stupid.
can save this.
No. Agreed.
The final year. An insider's account of President Barack Obama's foreign policy team during their last year in office, featuring unprecedented access inside the White House and State Department. What the fuck was that?
It was me blowing my nose.
It sounded like a party fever. The final year offers an uncompromising view of the inner workings of the Obama administration as they prepare to leave power after 8 years. Documentary cred.
Oh yeah, most definitely. The Leisure Seekers, starring Helen Mirren, Donald Sutherland, and Kirsty Mitchell. An elderly couple, to the chagrin of their children, head off on an impromptu RV trip down Route 66, determined to enter their twilight years on their own terms.
I think that could be fun. Helen Mirren and Donald Sutherland. I think they'll play well off each other.
I feel like we saw them. I feel like the two of them made an appearance on some daytime talk show like today that my wife was watching. Either today or maybe it's something we saw on Saturday. This looked like it could be good.
The Midnight Man. Lynn Shay, Robert Englund, Gabrielle Howe.
I don't know. Whatever.
It was supposed to be just an urban legend. On a snowy night in her grandmother's sprawling mansion, teenage Alex, Gabrielle Hoff, and her best friend Miles, Grace and Gabrielle, discover a mysterious box hidden away in the attic. Inside are instructions for the Midnight Game, an ancient pagan ritual said to summon the player's greatest fears. It all seems like harmless fun until they unleash the terrifying spirit of the Midnight Man, an unholy force who pits them against their darkest demons and dares them to survive. The Midnight Man better be played by Robert Englund.
Yeah, then he's basically Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, I'm still going Rodden, but
agreed. Okay, I love this one. The Road Movie. Starring nobody, apparently. A compilation of video footage shot exclusively via the deluge of dashboard cameras that populate Russian roads. Okay. Apparently it is a documentary cred, though. Yeah, so documentary cred.
I just love the title of the next movie.
Okay, then.
This giant papier-mâché boulder is actually really heavy.
Fresh!
For three ordinary guys, Tom, Jeffrey, and Gavin, this just became a reality. One minute they were watching an old B-grade movie. The next they've been thrust inside the movie itself, and at the helm of a rickety old spaceship. Panic-ridden, they stumble into a space battle and make a mortal enemy of the evil Lord Froth, while unwittingly saving the space princess, Lady Emanor. Then suddenly, Jeffrey starts to change into a sci-fi character called Casimir. They must adapt quickly if they to survive long enough to find a way home. For all they know, they could be next. If that happens, they'll be lost in the world forever. They embark on a quest to find a cure for Jeffrey and a way back home. This is an action-packed comedy adventure of giant lizards, space battles, robot aliens, warlords, and Amazons that has to be seen to be believed. I want this to be good so badly.
This sounds kind of like Zathura.
Yeah. I'm going rotten, but I want it to be good.
I think it is rotten. Yeah.
Too rotten to make
Okay.
Are you being yelled at?
No. Why do you think I'm being yelled at?
Let's see what's opening. Gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Why am I singing share? Come on, Rotten Tomatoes, you slow ass site. Let's see. 12 strong. Not reviewed yet.
Boo earns.
Mary and the Witch's Flower, fresh. Woo.
Okay.
Den of Thieves. I don't see any reviews on it. This site is so fucking slow.
Bitch.
Forever, my girl. No reviews. Mom and Dad. Fresh, 79%. We were wrong.
Really?
Ridge
Damn.
Runners. No reviews.
That looks really stupid.
Small Town Crime. Fresh, Small Town Crime, 67%. The Final Year. Fresh, 80. Good, we got that one right. That was the Obama one.
Yeah, I know.
The Leisure Seekers I can't find. The Midnight Man. No reviews. I'm just clicking into them. Yeah, nothing on 12 strong. The Road Movie. No reviews. Okay, and I need to look up this giant paper mache because it's not listed. This giant paper mache is actually no reviews.
Aww.
Bastards. I have a really funny Kevin Spacey joke, by the way.
Okay.
They were talking about. I was listening to Doug Love's movie, so they were talking about the movie 21, and they said something about Kevin Spacey. It's like, it's a great Kevin Spacey movie. You always hit on 14. I thought that was great.
You're dumb.
And on that note, folks, want me to do the cleanup, or you want to do the cleanup?
You do the cleanup.
Fine, I'll do the
That's your
cleanup.
job.
Woohoo! I got a job.
Yeah.
Okay, you can find our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play Music, or www.citizenho.com. Download, like us, review us, share us, suck our dicks, whatever you want to us. And you can let us know how you like the show on social media. At Citizen Ho Pod on Twitter and Instagram or Facebook.com/CitizenHo. You can email us at dumbass@citizenho.com as well. And I'm Scott.
I'm Kevin.
Be excellent to each other.
Bye-bye.
Station!